Hey guys, today I'm reviewing B.Tan. I want the darkest tan possible. I'm going to give you my ranking of this product at the end of the review after I go over all the points you guys need to know about this. So make sure to keep watching till the end. This self-tanner sells for $20 and it's a 6.7 ounce bottle. So that's about $3 per ounce, which is a good price point. It's very average, maybe even a little bit less than average. So it's a great price point. Excuse me. And this is a mousse. It comes out with a very, very dark brown guide, so you could definitely see where you're applying it and where you're putting it on your skin. It also makes it a little more difficult to apply because you just have to be so careful you don't get the guide on anything. The smell is good. I really like the smell. It's sweet. It's kind of overly sweet. It's a little bit heavy for my liking. I wish the scent was a little more muted, but it does smell very good. It's very sweet. Kind of girly. I don't know exactly, I can't put my finger on exactly what the smell is, but it smells really good and it does do a good job covering up the DHA. Just know that it's not a light smelling self-tanner. The next morning I smelled like self-tanner, plain and simple. The good smell was gone and the DHA smell was there. But it did go away once I showered my tan off. Applying this mousse, I would highly recommend using a tanning mitt or some kind of gloves, because the guide is so dark it will stain your palms if you don't. But other than that, the guide makes it very easy to see where you're applying it. But after I was done applying it, my skin looked very weird. It looked very streaky, which I kind of know to be normal now with some mousses with a dark guide. It can look streaky even though you've covered your body evenly. Just use the guide so you can know where you're applying it and know that streaks are kind of normal with this one after you apply it. They'll wash off in the shower. This is not one that you can put on and hit the town though. I looked really strange after applying it. Like I mentioned, my skin looks streaky. So you'll definitely have to stay in until your tan develops and you can shower it off. It took about 25 to 30 minutes to dry, which is very average for a tanning mousse. I felt a little bit sticky while I waited for it to dry, and I had to be extra cautious just not to stain towels, sheets, my clothing because the guide is so dark. I got a little bit on like my baggy shirt I was wearing and it didn't come out, so be careful. The results. So the one thing that really confused me about this self-tanner is on the bottle it says to leave the tanner on for at least 4 hours and then you can shower it off. But on their website it says this is a 1 hour tan and to shower it off after 1 hour. So at first I was really confused. I'm still confused. I didn't know which way to use it, so I decided to go with what's on the bottle. So I left it on at least 4 hours. I slept with it on. And after I showered it off in the morning, I really liked my tan. It had a dark, deep tan. It was very natural looking without looking orange. It looked brown. It was streak free besides some areas on my hands that looked a little bit funky. But overall, I was really happy with how my tan looked. Now, I can't speak to how my tan would have looked if I left it on an hour. So I'm still confused if it's a 1 hour tan or if you're supposed to leave it on overnight. The company doesn't make it clear at all. So that's what's confusing to me. If I would have left it on only an hour, I don't know that it would have given me that dark of a tan. So maybe I just left it on really long and that's why my tan was so dark. But either way, I was happy with my tan the next day. I really liked it. I looked sun-kissed and bronzed. My tan lasted about 5 days. After 5 days, I was back to being pale, but I still had a few patches of where the tan was. So I kind of had to scrub to get those off. Men, I think you will like this one. It produces a really nice color. It's pretty easy to use. You might need to call the company to find out how to really use it, or you could just use it how I used it. I left it on overnight and it worked pretty well for me. So I think you will like it. And overall, I gave this self-tanner a 3.75 out of 5 stars. So I think it's better than your average self-tanner. There was just a few things I was confused about, like I mentioned, and the smell was a little bit heavy. But overall, I think it's a quality self-tanner. It's pretty good. I want to know if you guys used it, how you used it. Did you use it as a 1 hour tan or as overnight tan? Also, if you have another self-tanner in mind you want me to test out, make sure to comment below. But for more information on this self-tanner and many others, please visit us online at SelfTanning.com and on social media.